Hello, I'm Reverend Ben Chrisman, Senior Pastor of Benton First United Methodist Church. We spent the last 2 Sundays testing our relaunch plan. And in those 2 weeks, we've learned a great deal. The most important thing we've learned is that our plan is a safe one, that it's an effective one, that it's going to work to allow us to reopen our church in a limited capacity in an extremely safe way. With our limited number of groups that we're bringing together, with restricting each service to 50 people or less, we're able to maintain a really healthy social distance. And with our requirement to wear masks, it helps us to protect each other even if we may be carriers and don't know it. And while it may not feel like church felt in January and February, it is a place for us in the new world that we're living in to be able to enter into worship in person and in our sacred places once again. And so I look forward to reopening this Sunday. We'll be having an 8 o'clock service that is specifically for those who are 65 and above in our sanctuary. Now, if you are 65 and older, it's not required that you go to that service, but we wanted to provide a space for our most vulnerable to have an opportunity for them to come into the sanctuary when it was the cleanest. And we'll also have a 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock service. Those will continue to be live streamed as they have been for the last few months. Now, to register for those services, because it's important for us to keep those numbers of folks are under 50. So to register for the service, what we're going to need you to do is to click the link that we're going to send out in an email this morning. This is Monday morning. So we're going to send an email and post on our social media pages. It's a link to a page called Eventbrite. It's a resource we're using to register for our worship services. And again, I know it feels strange to register for worship, to act like you're purchasing a ticket, although they're free. But this is a part of what we have to do to make sure that we are keeping our group small and maintaining that excellent, healthy social distance. And so it's really easy to walk through that system. You go online, you put in your name and reserve your place for any one of those 3 services. So again, it's a very simple system, and we hope that you will use that. If you have any questions at all about how to use that system, how to register, please don't hesitate to call the church office. Any one of our staff will be happy to help you. I also want you to know that if you are not ready to come back yet, if you have a pre-existing condition, or if you're still afraid of what the impact of might be for yourself or for your family's health, I want you to hear from the bottom of my heart as your senior pastor, and I know that I speak for all of our clergy and staff. We want you to stay home. There will be no pressure or guilt placed on you if you choose to do what's best for yourself and your family. We will continue to offer all of our online offerings for the foreseeable future, so you will still be able to be as connected to our church as you have been in the last few months. So please do not feel pressure, do not feel guilt to come back to worship if you are not ready. But if you are ready and you feel it's safe for you to do so, we would love to see you on Sunday. So beginning this Sunday, again, we are reopening our church for limited in-person worship, maintaining great social distancing, and also wearing masks. If you're coming to one of the sanctuary services, we'll have one door open and you'll enter through the colonnade, and the doors will open about 15 minutes before each service starts. And if you're coming to the contemporary service, we'll be entering through those double glass doors down the ramp, and again, we'll be opening the doors 15 minutes before service starts. You'll be standing on a blue X as an individual or a family. You'll be called into the worship space. We'll check your temperature via our touch-free thermal scanner. Then you will be given some hand sanitizer, and you'll be ushered to your seat. It is a different way of doing church. It really is. It is not the same. And it is difficult, and that's been hard. We've learned that it doesn't feel like church is supposed to feel. But it is good for us to be back together, to see each other's eyes, at least, and to worship God in spirit and truth. So friends, we love you. We miss you. We cannot wait for the day that we can all be back together again. But until then, we're going to do this, a good and safe way for us to gather in a limited capacity. It is my blessing and honor to serve as your senior pastor. And again, I know I speak for all of our clergy and staff when I say that we miss you and we long to be back together again. But we know that God will see us through. And we may have to do things differently for a while, but God's grace and God's mercy are big enough for us. God bless.